Tank, he got the power. He got the equalizers. Anything can happen with Tank. But Tank give away a lot of rounds.
This big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
A chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah. I seen why he's able to beat these guys.
Curmel Moton just sent a strong message to Lamont Roach. Think twice before stepping back in the ring with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. After Tank's latest appearance showed off his improved power and sharper skills, Curmel made it clear Davis is more dangerous than ever. He backed up Tank's reputation as a new face of boxing and warned that when Davis fights, anything can happen. A rematch, he said, wouldn't just be a challenge. It'd be a serious risk.
I put the pressure, got some skills itself, and I feel like it's going to be a great fight. I know I'm the better fighter, the more sharper fighter, and I know I'm working harder than him. So, we're going to see. But I know that I have what it takes, and I'm going to prove it on the first.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is turning heads again with new training footage that's got fans and insiders buzzing. In a short clip from the gym, his physical shape alone sends a warning. He's noticeably stronger, quicker, and locked in. Every punch he throws looks fast, sharp, and laser-focused. It's clear he's not just working out. He's getting ready to dominate. This isn't a casual training camp. Tank is fully dialed in for his rematch. Curmel Moton also offered a rare, personal look into what it's like to spar with Davis. Speaking with respect and a bit of caution, he described the experience as intense. It wasn't just Tank's power that stood out, but his timing, precision, and constant pressure. Curmel said Davis doesn't just fight. He breaks opponents down piece by piece, pushing them into survival mode. That session showed him exactly why so many skilled fighters struggle when facing someone as relentless and calculated as Gervonta Davis.
It was like when you sparred him. I know you sparred Tank early on. Yeah. What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. You coming out of it. What was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going he was using the speed on me. We was both going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment why he is who he is?
Yeah. I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm I got all this hype around me too.
Even knowing the risk, Curmel Moton once admitted he'd be open to facing Gervonta Davis before the champ retires. It wasn't about pride or proving anything to others. It was about measuring himself against one of the most complete fighters in boxing. For Curmel, stepping into the ring with someone like Davis would show exactly where he stands. It's a risky desire, but one that speaks to a true fighter's mindset. Embracing challenge and showing deep respect for greatness by wanting to face it head-on.
He is a big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two, so he'll be 30. Technically, it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36, or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now, my upcoming fights, take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds. I do know Tank said that he ain't want to be around that much longer, though. From what he said, take care of, not Devin no more. He don't want to fight Devin no more. But Shakur, what's he said, Tiafimo? I think he said he wanted to retire, but...
Curmel Moton is well aware of the constant comparisons to Gervonta Davis, and he doesn't take it the wrong way. Instead of feeling slighted, he sees it as a sign of how far he's come. Being mentioned in the same breath as a global star like Davis says a lot about his potential. Curmel understands that Davis isn't just known for his titles. He's earned his place in the sport with unforgettable performances. For Curmel, the comparison is more than flattering. It's motivation to rise to that same elite level.
A lot of people compare you to Tank. When you hear that, like when they call you Tank 2.0 or whatever the case is, how do you feel about that?
I used to take it as like a compliment when I was an amateur. I used to take it as a compliment because they comparing me to Tank. You know, he faced the boxing, like the biggest names in the sport, real high skill. But now I feel like I want to make a name for myself. I don't want to be 2.0 or nobody. I want to be the first me, you know, and make my own name.
Oscar De La Hoya, a respected veteran of the sport, has weighed in on the upcoming clash. While he praises Lamont Roach for his skill and technical ability, he's straightforward when it comes to Gervonta Davis. De La Hoya suggests Roach is stepping into the ring with a whole different beast, someone with unmatched aggression and sharp ring IQ. In his view, Lamont might be talented, but the sheer intensity and explosive style Davis brings make this a very risky fight.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch.
Frank Martin has offered a straight-up take on the upcoming rematch. While he gives Lamont Roach credit for his skill, Martin doesn't see an easy night ahead for him. He believes Gervonta Davis's mix of power and ring control will wear Roach down over time. According to Martin, Davis will keep the pressure on, leaving Roach in survival mode. His outlook comes from experience, knowing just how draining it is, both physically and mentally, to face someone as relentless as Tank from the very first round.
They're trying to give that fight more of a, like, oh, it's going to be a good fight, but no. Roach is a decent fighter, but Tank gonna dog him. Tank gonna dog him.
Steven Espinoza brings a wider perspective to the conversation. He points out that Gervonta Davis is at his absolute best in the 135-pound division, where his speed and power work in perfect sync. While Davis has fought at 140, it's lightweight where he truly shines. Espinoza also touched on behind-the-scenes roadblocks, like the failed negotiations for a big fight with Shakur Stevenson, which fell apart due to deeper contract issues. Still, despite the setbacks, Espinoza remains confident in Davis's rise and lasting star power.
Yeah, for sure.
Waking up in Texas and coming over here, I'm like, geez, that cold is different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Steven, Tank versus Lamont Roach, right? March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why Lamont Roach, right? Let's not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why Lamont Roach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is, I think those are fair questions. I mean, look, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, of Canelo, the bar is always high. When you continue to perform well against high level opposition, people expect a lot from, there were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, early on, like back early, for 2024 before this was scheduled. Didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
I just think there were, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight, and so he's got his deal, he's getting busy. He's got a fight scheduled and, maybe we'll pick up and do something there. But aside from that, I mean, to be candid, those are the big names at 135. I know Tank has gone up to 140. And he would on occasion. He hasn't looked the best there. Overall, I think 135 is his best weight.
Inside Gervonta Davis's training camp, it's clear this isn't just regular preparation. It's a display of dominance. One moment that stood out. Davis reportedly dropped a sparring partner with a single punch, leaving even veteran trainers stunned. But for Tank, that kind of power is nothing new. It shows up in the gym just like it does under the lights. His focus right now is laser sharp, and all signs point to him wanting more than just a win in the rematch. This time, Davis is out to send a message.
Once Tank felt one more power, you actually really think that Lamont could take Gervonta's power?
I don't think anybody could take his power. You know he knocked out heavyweights?
Yeah, I was there.
Tell me the story. What happened?
Tank, what's the one boy name?
No, don't say a name. I don't want to embarrass anyone.
Oh, no, you're right.
But tell people what happened.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like, I thought he died. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he died.
Tank, is that true? You almost killed a heavyweight in the ring? That's what he said.
Should be happening.
Because he asked me, how does a 135-pounder take your power? I said, I don't think anybody takes the power.
Just not get in there with me. That's it. That's how they do it.
Were you shocked when you saw that?
Huh?
Were you shocked?
I was just like, man, he better not do that shit to me.
And you know what else he told me? You punched him upstairs, he lost feeling in his leg. No, he did. You told me that, right?
Keep it a beat, yeah.
No, it happened.
You ready? Want to see me?
Yeah.
Lamont Roach isn't walking into this fight as an underdog hoping for a miracle. He's coming inexperienced, battle-tested, and with just one loss on his record. Over time, Roach has built a style that balances precision with patience. He's learned from past setbacks and turned them into strengths. His timing and footwork are sharper than ever, and mentally, he's locked in. Roach isn't stepping in just to survive Gervonta Davis. He's coming to truly challenge him every step of the way.
Tank out here selling under 150,000 pay-per-views. You kidding me? Oh, man. Face of boxing. Yeah, turn that shit off. Yeah, we shutting that shit down every single time. Does Shakur really want to fight Tank? I think Shakur could sell a bit more with somebody else, especially in Saudi. I feel like they can find him a dancing partner that'll do a little bit better than 150,000. Okay, I get it. This is why PBC delayed this fight for, 5 months? Y'all ain't want to pay this motherfucker because y'all know he can't sell. I mean, this should have been evident. If you do the math, Tank has never been that great of a pay-per-view draw. He sold over 300K twice now in his career. He sold over 300K with Ryan Garcia. That's obvious. Ryan's the bigger star. And then he sold over 300 with Martin. He sold about 325. But when we put it in perspective, that Frank Martin fight was a comeback fight after a year layoff, so it was always going to sell. Every comeback fight's going to sell. It was one of the first pay-per-views on Amazon's new PBC deal, so they were really trying to push it. And then he had David Benavidez as the co-main event with Gary Russell and Alberto Puello under them. You take away all those factors that this wasn't a comeback fight. David Benavidez isn't the co-main event, and Amazon has now been in the game for over a year. It makes sense it only sold 150. I know there's going to be a couple of you guys in the comments. No, it sold 500K. Don't be so gullible. They didn't sell 500K. I don't know if Tank's a top... Well, I know for a fact he's not a top 5 draw in the sport of boxing anymore. Well. He's not selling pay-per-views. Bivol better be of just triple him. Well, Jerry, their pay-per-views are cheaper. Don't matter. All that matters is who has more eyes watching him, and Bivol and Better BF do. Tank does.
Lamont Roach has earned his respect in the boxing world. He's held world titles and proven himself at the highest level. While Gervonta Davis often takes center stage, Roach has quietly built a solid legacy through skill, discipline, and consistency. His record shows he's more than just tough. He's a technical fighter who stays calm under pressure. Those who overlook his resume miss just how much he brings to the table when their first fight ended in a draw. It sent shockwaves through the sport. For the first time in years, people began questioning Davis's dominance. That result wasn't just a number. It was a real moment that cracked the aura of invincibility around Tank. Was it a rare off night, or had Roach exposed something deeper? Either way, fans and analysts took notice. Roach's performance wasn't dismissed. It became a blueprint for how to push Davis to his limits.
Like a real businessman now, you know. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of calmed it and tamed it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on a show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it
Nah,
won't
there's
go
too many
past-
hoes. Too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Too many hoes. Too many hoes in this game.
Cut that right on out. Okay, cut that out.
Too many hoes in this game, man. Y'all know, man. Come on, ain't nobody stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Wonder, you can see that he got a lot of hoes in this game, man. You know, he's very unconventional, but you know, got some pop on his shots, but that's it. You know, I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be 9-9.
How shocking would it be if Rolly pulled the upset?
That'll be shocking as hell if Rolly pulled off the upset. Yeah. But I think Rolly's damaged goods, man. I mean, if you look at his last couple of fights, bro, he hasn't been the same since he got knocked out by Gervonta Davis, bro. He hasn't been the same. You know, sometimes one fight can ruin your entire career, man. He's just not the same. He's not the same mentally. He's not the same physically, bro. And after he left his coach, the coach has been, that was coaching starting out, Bill Bullet. He looks a little different. No disrespect to anybody that's working with him now, but he just looks different, bro. He's not the same fighter.
What about Devin returning against Ramirez?
Good fight, but Devin should be able to outbox Ramirez. I love Ramirez to death. I love him to death, but he can be outboxed. You know, he comes forward. He got great left hook. We're going to see if Devin learned anything. A little slower with the left hook, but Ramirez got pop. He got pop on that left hook, man. So it's a good test for Devin, because you already know what's lined